Children these days, if they have a phone, I have access to everything. Of course they know about
my
sex.
kids, though.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Okay, your oldest daughter's on OnlyFans.
Oh! You are a mean woman.
I think it's great. I just want to know who's more profitable, you or Sammy.
Yo, it's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And this episode, low-key, will go down as one of the top episodes this year. This episode was good. When I tell you all the girls clocked in, minus Crystal. Even Nia, baby, she even clocked in and got the mess started. I was like, hold on. This is what I need. This is what I need, right? But y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, wanted, securing the bag.
All right, so the episode starts out with Dorit, Anna Marie, and Kyle. First of all, I want to talk about Anna Marie. Girl, this is like your second episode, and you're missing because you're going out to Hawaii? No, ma'am. I'm sorry. No, ma'am. I try to give you the benefit of the doubt and all this. But, girl, you're not even on the show. But to each his own. So, you know, the girls basically sitting up, they talking, they have the whole spread out. And, you know, they find time to throw in talking about Sutton. And I'm just like, at some point, we just got to let it go.
I haven't known Sutton that long, but all of the inconsistencies with Sutton in her past, it's very telling. And
because Dorit, she's still mad. She's just like, yeah, you know, Sutton's over here trying to say, you know, about her drinking situation. And then she will talk about her esophagus. Kyle was like, yeah, girl, I thought it was so funny how you really checked Sutton on all the stuff that she talked about her esophagus. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like I said before, I feel like if anybody was going to talk about medical stuff, it would have been someone that's a medical professional. However, I'm looking at Tiffany Moon from Real Housewives of Dallas, and then Dr. Nicole, my girl from Real Housewives of Miami, and they make a great point where it's just like, if they're a medical professional, doesn't matter on the spectrum of hierarchy, there should be some type of, you know, the rules, the HIPAA rules, and you know not to spread someone's business or talking about it. I feel like they should not talk about Sutton's personal medical business, but to talk about it in general, I feel like that's okay. But I mean, it is what it is, right? Kyle's basically doing this project. It's like a producer project, and you know, she talked about getting tattoos, and the girls are just like, okay, so who's this person you talk about? She's like, oh, Dorit's like, oh, her best friend Morgan, her other best friend that she's been on for 2 years.
More tattoos? I do get one more. What do you mean you got one more? How many do you... Kyle! No, your hands are slimy.
And you can already tell that Dorit's a little salty, and Dorit's just like, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you don't tell me anything, and you just feel like you're trying to morph into Morgan. And it's coming off as jealousy. And my whole thing is, Kyle can have a different friendship, because she brought up, oh yeah, you've been friends with her for 2 years, but you've been friends with me for 7. I mean, friendships, you know, go through different things. So it's just like, how do we transform our friendship to where we both needs are met, right? So Dorit's just basically feeling strange about the whole Morgan thing. And then she talked about she tattooed her. She's like, girl, my husband got my name tattooed on him because that's my husband. She got your name tattooed on her for what? She's like, yeah, I tattooed K on her.
But Kyle,
if you over here want to get your pussy ate, just say that, please.
My husband put my name on his arm. I don't know what that says about Kyle tattooing her name on Morgan's arm, but...
Please, just say that. It will make everything much better. So we see Sutton, Erica, and Garcelle. They go out for dinner. Now, Garcelle has Erica there, and they were just chilling. Who walk in? Sutton. Erica's like, you
bitch. You over here, you're bitch. You over here setting me up, girl.
Oh, there's my friend. Ow, get over here. I knew it was a setup. No, I knew it was a setup.
because you know that they had words, they had this and the third. But I do feel like as a unit, they are good together. And this is what happens when certain people aren't on the show. It makes everybody have to mesh together, right? I feel like with Real Housewives of Potomac, if Giselle wasn't there, the girls would have to get along or the show would die. I feel like if I was on a TV show and I didn't like someone, at some point I'm like, okay, to make the show survive, we're going to have to get over this shit at some point, right? So, you know, Erica and Sutton, you know, they like, we really do like each other. We have our moments. It is what it is. You make me laugh. Erica's like, you get on my nerves. But, you know, we can come to a commonality, right? So Erica's basically confused about Denise. And Garcelle tells her that, you know, she's mad about you making the threesome comments. And Erica's like, oh, from 3 years ago. Okay.
That because they're teenagers that, of course, they've had a threesome by now.
I said they know what threesomes are if they haven't had one already.
So Erica's like, look, I didn't want to go there with her, but, you know, on Taco Tuesday, I'm ready for whoever walks through the door. Because if she wants to come at me, girl, I got it for you. I'm just like, yes, ma'am. So, you know, the girls start drinking and they getting drunk. I'm like, this is my type of night. Like, on my Wednesdays and Tuesdays are my happy hour. We're drinking, baby. Yeah. So Erica tells the girls that, you know, it's so funny because, you know, Denise has so much to say about, you know, everybody else, but girl, you have your OnlyFans bundle is $7.99. What's going on with that?
Did you know that it's $7 for a naked bundle of Denise Richards on OnlyFans?
I'm like, ooh, ooh, child, what's going on? So I'm like, ooh, and then Garcelle, and mind you, I feel like Garcelle didn't have to bring this up, and she was being messy as hell because Sutton just got back cool with Erica, so there was no reason for her to bring this up about Sutton kissing her driver because we knew it was gonna come back up. I feel like that's one thing about Garcelle. Garcelle understands her position and she understands the show, and Garcelle is I won't say she threw rocks in her hand because she will admit to it, but Garcelle would definitely stir the pot. And by telling Erica about that comment about the driver and Sutton making out with her driver, that was messy as hell to Garcelle. But Garcelle's my girl, but she messy as hell, right? So we see Kyle and Dorit getting ready, and they're driving to, you know, Taco Tuesday. And Dorit feels that, you know, Kyle has been distant. She's just like, you know, you start taking me to trips. We start doing, you know, couples night. It's a lot of things that have been going on that I just don't like, per se. And Kyle in her confession was like, yes, I have stepped back from her because she didn't support me with my sister.
Not invited on any of Kyle's trips. The reason I haven't reached out to Dorit as much recently is because I really felt disappointed in her.
Like, you knew all this stuff. You told me this stuff behind closed doors, but when we're face to face in front of my sister, you had nothing to say. Now, I can understand that. Cool. But if I was Dorit, I would tell Kyle, like, girl, I'm not getting in the middle of between you and your sister. I'm not getting in between nobody's family drama, because at the end of the day, I'm water, you're blood with her. So you're always, we already see how Kyle moved. Kyle will bend over backwards into a pretzel for her sisters. So you're gonna always be there for your sisters. I am water. Like, we're friends, but you're gonna put them over me all the time, and we see that. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna get in the middle of something where it's like, that's y'all business. I'm just your friend, so I'm always gonna have your back. But I'm not gonna get in the middle of it. But I do feel like with Dorit, when it came to Kyle and her sister's situation, you should just set out of it and just not even said anything, especially on a public platform like the reunion, right? So we see all the girls at Taco Tuesday. You know, Dorit and Kyle, they walk in. We see a lot of other ladies. You know, Crystal has a lot of friends, minus the 14. Crystal is very, 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 very connected. And yeah, like, shout out to her. I feel like she could bring some of her friends on the show because Nia, I like her, right? So Dorit walks up to Sutton and she's just like, oh, hey, Sutton, how are you doing? And then Sutton's like, yeah, you're not going to steal Avi. So yeah, just know that. I'm like, oh, girl, she just walked in. No.
Avi, who you're not hiring. No, I didn't try to poach him. Avi, can I not steal you from Sutton?
I was like, no, I would never try to poach your guy. I would never try to do that.
You know, Dorit always try to give like she's not from Connecticut. So she was like, no, you did say that you're going to try to steal Avi, and yeah, we're not going to do that. Dorit's like, why do you always accuse me of things that I never did? And Sutton's like you accusing me of putting vodka in my coffee? I said, yes, ma'am.
You're gonna stop accusing me of doing things that I am not doing.
Are you gonna stop accusing me of putting vodka in my coffee?
Oh my God. And she was like, I never said that. She was like, okay, it is what it is. I don't do it. Boom, it is what it is. It's the water on the bridge. Cool, we good? Okay, good. I said, yes, ma'am. So Erica basically tells them, like, yes, you know, me, Garcelle, and Sutton had a fabulous night the other night. It was so fabulous, girl. And then Dorit's like, oh yeah, so that's another thing you don't invite me to. Why am I hearing about these things that you don't invite me to? And Sutton, you know, she's just like, girl, I mean, we had a good time. We're just joking around. Woo, 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 woo. And then Erica basically tells, like, you know, Sutton made out with her driver. And then Garcelle's like, oh my God, girl, what's going on? And then everybody just starts spiraling.
Sutton made out with the driver.
Oh my God!
So it's like, look, I accidentally kissed my driver. We made out. It was what it was. He leaned in, I leaned in. It was what it was. It was good. He's fine. I want to know. You know, she might have did a little bit more to make out too. Yes, ma'am. So Dorit's like, okay, Sutton, that is so, I can't believe you did that, Sutton. Oh my gosh, wow. I'm like, girl, calm it down. Right. She grown. Dorit pulled Garcelle to the side, and she basically tells her that, you know, Crystal's messy, and she's stirring the pot, and I don't like it. And she's like, you know, when Crystal don't say much, but when she do say stuff, she basically say it wrong, and I don't like that. And, you know, we see all the stuff that happened last year with Crystal. And for me, I feel like Crystal sounded dumb as hell by saying, oh, Sutton said this dark comment. For me, she was trying to allude to the fact that Sutton said something racist.
Back or she's looking to stir the pot. There was a lot more said prior to that. Okay. That was very dark.
And that's what I feel like she was trying to allude to. But she said, like, she was like, well, if that's my account of it, that's my account of it. Well, girl, if we ask you what did she say, and you're talking about, oh, I'm not going to say anything, then why are we bringing it up? Don't bring up something if you're not going to even say it, right? But to Crystal's defense, Crystal's recount of the events that happened this year have been correct. Dorit, you did say that Sutton, you know, could put vodka in her coffee. I mean, you said that. So, okay. So, all the ladies sit down, and they're over here chit-chatting and having a good time. And we see Miss Nia. She was like, okay, Sutton, so what happened in Vegas?
What happened in Vegas? In particular, the Magic Mike show.
I didn't like the leg spread with...
I'm like, oh, yes, ma'am. Sutton's like, it was the whole leg spread thing. I didn't like that. It wasn't like my taste. You know, it was Crystal and Erica. But, you know, why are we even bringing this up?
Meltdown at Magic Mike. It's the happiest place on earth.
Well, it's not Disneyland. Nia, who are you?
And, you know, we see the flashback, and basically, we see Dorit tell Nia about everything that happened. Dorit tells Sutton, like, okay, you brought $50. You definitely wanted to have a good time. And, you know, but you made out with your driver. And then Garcelle's like, whoa, hold on. She was like, why are you telling something that you weren't even there for? It's not your business to tell. And Dorit's like, Erica just said it in the other room, so why aren't you chastising her? She said, and basically it's because Erica was there for the initial conversation, right? And then Garcelle's like, I feel like you're bringing this up to embarrass her in front of all the ladies. And Dorit's like, no, that's not what it is.
You made out with your driver?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Me, Erica, and Sutton. And now I feel like you're saying it to embarrass her. And
Sutton basically checks Dorit and just like, okay, so why are we bringing it up? Dorit's like, because we're trying. She's like, why are you bringing it up? But why are we bringing it up? But why are we bringing it up? But why are we bringing it up? And you see the two girls sitting beside, they me, because they were just like, girl. I was like, yeah. Getting that whole life.
It was sweet and I enjoyed it. I did not. Have we done it since? We have not. Honey. Well, then why'd you bring it up? First of all, are you getting why did you bring it up?
And it's so funny because Dorit, Sutton's still saying, why are you bringing it up? Dorit's like, well, let me tell you my sentence and stop saying the same thing. So, you know, we see all the ladies start joining because they start hearing commotion in the other room. And, you know, Garcelle basically tells her, like, you know, I feel like you were trying to embarrass her, and that's not right. Dorit's like, look, you didn't say anything to Erica. You didn't say anything in the moment, so why everything is on me? And I feel like, you know, you're over here, like, attacking me.
Girl, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here because...
Dorit's like, look, we've been having such a good time. And Garcelle's like, if you're saying we're having such a good time, you wouldn't have to say it if we're having a good time. She was like, okay, but I just feel like you've been attacking me. Garcelle was like, no ma'am. And a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on social media about, oh, Garcelle's over here bringing up, being on her, about privilege and just being selective with like this and the third. I don't feel like it's being selective. And to be honest, I feel like Garcelle will not win either way because there are going to be people saying, oh, she's using race. And then there are going to be some people like, oh, she didn't do enough. That's one thing with Garcelle. Y'all, like, there's a lot of people, not y'all, but there's a lot of people that's saying that, you know, she's not doing this, or she didn't do enough, she should have harder, or there's no win or lose. So whatever she said, I agree with what she said, because it's like, you're not about to tell me I'm attacking you when I'm telling you what you did was wrong. When Sutton just asked you about 40 times, why did you bring it up? She didn't attack you. But when I brought up basically saying that I feel like you are trying to embarrass her by bringing that up, now I'm attacking you.
Just attacked me. Exactly.
Right, but that's not an attack.
It feels.
There's a different thing than an attack.
So, you know, Dorit feels that, you know, you're trying to suggest. She said, well, I'm not going to say attack, but you're trying to suggest that I'm trying to embarrass Sutton. Garcelle's like, no, I'm not suggesting anything. I said it. I was like, I was like, yes.
Suggesting that I was deliberately trying to hurt her.
I wasn't suggesting. I actually said it.
I said it once. Do something. I said it.
Garcelle was like, at the end of the day, it's she's like, at the end of the day, I feel like it's your privilege, and you're over here using your privilege to like basically do what you want. And Dorit got offended, girl. She's like, when is that post coming? Erica jumps in. She said, because you're white. Now, would I have said it that way? No, but it's two white women. I ain't got time. She said, because you're white, and she's like, when certain words mean certain things for people of all different races, right? So it's not just white and black. It's just like of all different races. Those things have negative connotation when we talk about black people. I'm going to give you an example. I can be in a meeting where people are very, you know, I work in corporate America job. I can be in a meeting where people are very stern and they say, this is what I want. This is what I have to do. If you don't like it, then you don't like it because this is what we're doing for the project. And people just be cool, right? But if a woman, let's say a black woman, and I've been in meetings where a black woman has said the same thing and said, this is what I need from my department. This is what we got to do. We got to do it at this time in the deadline. Then they take it as, oh, she was really like kind of rude. And I have to say, she wasn't rude. She over here said what she had to say. She said it very clear. If it came off stern, it wouldn't mean that she was rude. She's telling you her deadlines and everything in a clear, concise fashion. So how is that rude? One. Two, you didn't say anything about John, Dick, or Harry when he said it. But in this situation, now she's rude for basically saying what she needs in her department. And she didn't come across rude. She wasn't disrespectful. She used very proper words. But now when she says something in a stern or direct way, it's rude. That's where the negative connotation comes in. Where with black women, it's always this, oh, I can't say these things because, you know, I'm going to come across as aggressive or rude. And that's not the case, right? So Dorit was like, well, you know, she said, well, you know, Garcelle, I would love to have a conversation with you and talk. And Garcelle's like, no. Something's like, Dorit's like, wait. She was like, no, I'm not here to educate you. I'm not here to teach you anything. At the end of the day, there's so many movies, documentaries, things we learn in school that you know common courtesy and common decency, and you already know about white privilege, so I don't have to tell you anything. It's not for me, a grown-ass adult, to teach another grown-ass adult how to be a proper, functioning, respectful human being, right? So you use these words for me, but you didn't use those words for Sutton, who was worse with you, and that was the problem. So, like I said with Garcelle, she stood her ground. She said what she said. I agree with it, period. So Dorit was like, well, you know, I feel like you did teach me something. And then she get her confession like, well, if Garcelle would have told me, it's not about telling. It's an unconscious bias that some people have. And sometimes you just don't know. You don't know. You don't know that you're having these thoughts about this person or how they react to things because it's unconscious, you know? So it's just one of those things to be aware of that and how do I cartel that to each individual, right? Or if you just don't give a fuck, I mean, But I mean, this comes from the same woman that basically said, my mother, her best friend was black. And all the people that work with me, you know, they're black. Yeah. You know, we bring in a lot of people that help us, that of color. You know, she said all this, and we all remember that clip when Kyle looked at Garcelle. Yeah, ain't nobody dumb. Like, come on now, right? So, you know, they dropped that because Garcelle was over the conversation. Dorit basically checks Crystal. She said, okay, Crystal, like, so tell me why you're telling Sutton that I told you that she put vodka in her coffee. They did cut something out of Crystal talking about, y'all want me to yell all the damn time. They cut that out. But Crystal dropped the ball because she's like, well, you did say that, but I want to get my words right. And Dorit's like, yeah, please get your words right, because obviously they got wrong somewhere.
She was, it's, you know, like she kind of, I don't want to get it wrong.
Well, it seems like you did already.
And I'm just like, Crystal, that's it? That's it. Okay. Crystal dropped the ball for me. Dearly. So, Denise tells Dorit, she's like, well, maybe she feels like you're being a little bit judgmental. I feel like I read Dorit's mind. Like,
did this girl just jump into my conversation and nobody's talking to her, and she already got something going on with Erica? Okay.
Denise, did you clear the air with Erica about the other day?
Did you clear up the thing with Erica? Because the other night, I know you were having, you know, your issue with Erica.
Which thing?
The other night didn't.
And Denise was like, no, I haven't had a chance to talk to her. She's like, okay. I know Dorit wanted to be like, yeah, before you jump into my situation,
clear that up first. Yeah.
So Denise was like, calm it down, bring it down a notch. Bring it down a notch, Dorit. Bring it down a notch. Yeah. Dorit's like, you know what? I'm going home. I'll see you guys later. Dorit was over it. Erica basically tells Denise, look, I don't want to do this with you. I don't want to have this conversation with you. Denise is like, well, I do want to have the conversation. She's like, I don't want to have this conversation with you. Denise is like, well, we should have the conversation because...
To have this conversation. I do not want to have this conversation with you. Why? I think you had your chance at her dinner party.
Erica basically is like, okay, well, say what you got to say then. If you want to have the conversation, say what you got to say. Denise tells her, like, you know, the threesome comment, it was inappropriate and my daughter was 14. And Erica's like, okay, you act like your daughter don't know what sex is. You act like, especially Charlie Sheen and Denise Richards. Denise, you was the baddest thing walking, like, back in the day, girl. So my whole thing is, especially her husband now, good God. Two things can be right at the same time. I feel like Erica made sense in the fact that, yes, her kids do know about, her kids allegedly know about, you know, sex and, you know, this, that, and the third and all of that. They have phones, they have access to all these things. You can pop on Twitter, timeline down of dick, ball, pussy, titties, everything, right? But I can see where Denise's comments coming from, because, like, you don't know how I'm raising my children. You don't know if I'm trying to shelter them or not want to have that conversation with them right now, and you bring that up. But to say that, Denise, your daughter in the moment did say back in that season that she already knew what threesome was, that it was not that deep. And two, she's on OnlyFans.
I think is beyond inappropriate. Okay, your oldest daughter's on OnlyFans.
Doing what? I don't know. I don't subscribe to that. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the girl OnlyFans. I don't know. Have I been on OnlyFans and saw some other people? Yes. Yeah. But have a look. She was like, okay, so you're mad at me for talking about threesomes, but your daughter has an OnlyFans. Denise is like, oh, wow. You're such a mean woman. You're so mean.
It's a low blow to bring up my daughter's OnlyFans.
You came in slurring, inarticulate, could not string two words together, and wanted to call me a bitch.
I said, that's it. She's mean. Denise, you were begging for it. You were dying for it. You're dying for it?
Do you want it?
I don't want
it. You're asking for it. You're dying for it. Get off my back.
You were begging for it, but that's all we're getting. That's it. And Erica's like, yeah, you think that I'm not gonna be me after all the stuff you said about me? You call me this, you call me dumb bot something, and then call me a bitch. You call me out my name, and you think I'm not about to go low as it can get? She's like, oh, you're evil. You're an evil woman. She's like, yeah, you're so mean. And then Erica's like, yeah, I am. But tell me this, who's more profitable, you or Sammy?
You are mean.
I think it's great. I just want to know who's more profitable, you or Sammy.
And the show ends there. When I tell you, I know Denise is somewhere punching the air. She ate her clean up. Denise, you gonna have to come a little bit stronger than that. Tell me, you're so mean. Girl, she was mean about 3 seasons for the last 3 seasons. Like, girl, come on. This is the nicest I feel like she has been. But y'all, this was a great episode. top tier. Great. But y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Pete. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let it God stop a y'all and break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This sour candy all I really asking for. Now I got to go. Got. Bye-bye.